Pisces. I'm here to give you a message of the moment. It's something new I'm doing this year here at Broad Coven, where we just dive into the energy at play for you right now. It's like a snapshot of things to come and how they're evolving from this very moment. And these are timeless reads, so anytime you come to this, it's the right time for you. Okay, this wants to stay behind, so I'm going to leave that there. I did pick up kind of an initial message for you. I got the sense that you know that there's something major changing in your life. Something's been kind of like in a fixed position for quite a while. It's sort of been in a holding pattern. And you feel like the tension in this situation is just about to break through. And so you're kind of like steadying yourself, readying yourself, because you feel like you've been dealing with one thing after the next. You might have been dealing with a lot of changes, like something fundamental changed, and then it sort of set off this like domino effect in your life where one thing after another just the word I got was awry. Things kind of started going awry and you weren't quite sure what direction to look in as far as who or what was going to be coming at you next. So you might be in sort of like this like kind of over it too, like tired of dealing with one thing after another. You could have been dealing with really stubborn people who were refusing to get things moving forward. You could have been dealing with any of the fixed signs, okay? So you could have been dealing with Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius, all right? Might have been factoring prominently in your situation. There could also be an Ophiuchus factoring into your situation who's trying to get things to move forward, trying to transform a situation, but there's a lot of like fixed energy around this, like stuck viewpoints. I got that, okay? There's some cycle that's trying to close up here, and there's sort of like a wrench in the works that's preventing a new beginning from coming in, and you're trying to hold your line or you're trying to hold your position. In some cases, you're trying to hold your breath. What? Hold your breath? Are you trying to get your way about something? When I think of holding the breath, I think of like when a kid's really upset about something. I'm going to hold my breath until you do what I want you to do. Okay, somebody may be kind of really like not behaving in the most mature way. Oh, and with that, somehow a secondary card came out there. Let's go ahead and start there and see what we're working with, all right? Bottom of the deck energy. Something's out in the open. Something's no longer hidden, okay? This is some kind of deception. This is some kind of foul play, somebody doing somebody dirty. They thought they were going to get away with it. They thought they were going to be able to like sneak off the scene. Oh no, that wasn't me. Wait a minute. Okay. In some cases, this can be a case of outright theft. Okay. I'm not sure what we're dealing with here, but there is some real highly sus behavior here. This may even be why, you're kind of like prepared at the ready, all right? Kind of looking over your shoulder like, did anybody see, that go down back there? Did I do that? Makes me think of Urkel. Did I do that? Maybe somebody is kind of like a little clumsy in their getaway and they like actually reveal their hand. I mean, we do have the moon energy coming out here. This is both your energy, Pisces. It's also Cancer energy. There's a lot of emotions involved in this. There's a lot of confusion involved in this. Confusion about how do you move something forward after all that sneaky ass shit happened back there. Like, how do you get this thing to move forward in a way that actually makes sense, all right? So I think you're at the ready for anything in this situation. Let's see what's coming in, all right? We know you're trying to get a new view of how to move forward in a situation that has you a little bit perplexed. There's still elements that are hidden, but I think those elements are rising to the surface. Like there's some piece of information coming through where you're going to finally see the full picture. That's what I got. Somebody did do something, behind the scenes, and it's been hidden up till now. In some cases, this can be like cheating or, just doing something. You're trying to get away with something and not get caught, but this isn't a clean getaway. It's got a little bit of the, kind of Urkel the Urkel vibes, like, you know, uh-oh, did I do that? Maybe playing kind of dumb like that. Maybe that's somebody's answer. Maybe they think that's the way they can get away with something. Just act like, huh? What? I don't know what you're talking about. Do I sense gaslighting here? Okay. All this coming in. This is for any strong Pisces placement. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, Mercury, Mars, Saturn, Pluto, or if you got a placement in that 12th house of Pisces, as well as Virgo rising, which is Pisces Descendant. So let's get a clear view of this picture. What is this? What is this new view? What's going on with this situation? What's being outed, and how does it provide like a new view of how to move forward? I do feel there's confusion about how to move forward in this situation. It's sort of like, if I move forward in this situation, how do I cover my tracks along the way? Okay, that's the case for some of you. Maybe you know you're moving forward in a direction that's a little bit like, oof, I can't do this like above board. I have to be kind of like undercover about this. All right. Interesting. Let's see what's coming through, Pisces. There might be a need for discretion in this situation. All right. Okay, there's something that came out with that right there. Let's see what that is. This could involve a Queen of Pentacles energy, or you could have a strong earth sign placement in your chart. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy here. I also feel there's something here that has real worth and value to you, and it's something that you want very much so. You want to root this thing in your material reality. For some of you, it's a commitment. You really want a commitment. The commitment is first, though, beginning with yourself. Maybe you feel like you were dealing with somebody that was really deceptive, or, you know, was playing kind of some kind of game with you that ended up really confusing you and making you kind of question where you were at to be investing time in this direction. Maybe you're looking at this. Maybe you're wanting to make a wiser investment moving forward. I also feel like maybe you've been a little bit confused about how to move forward in terms of your own stability. This could be financially, you know. You're really wanting to have a new beginning in the area of finances. And maybe you've been a little like confused about how to go about doing this because you haven't really had the opportunities that you used to have. It's almost like something with your current line of work isn't quite panning out the way that it used to, and you're realizing you want to invest in a new direction. For some of you, you're wanting to get into a more metaphysical line of work. This is something that's really speaking to you. You might have some idea in this regard. Or you might want to get into some kind of like psychological field. You know, maybe you want to become some kind of counselor or life coach, or, you know, some of you, you know, feel like you have certain like spiritual teachings that you want to pass on. Okay, this could be in relation to a teacher. All right, trying to move forward in this situation with a teacher. Something was moved away from, okay, and I believe it is because you discovered your sense of worth and your sense of value here. And you're following your heart. You're trusting where your heart's leading you. You had invested a lot of energy in a direction that just, it was like, it didn't measure up to what you thought it would be, you know? And through it, there was some kind of sacrifice here. We got the Empress energy, and this comes in with the 10 of Swords. And there was a big choice around this with the Lovers, right? Big choice with the Lovers. Could have even been in relation to somebody that you were married to, planning to marry, somebody that you were sharing a household with. You might have had to make a choice, and this choice may have weighed very heavily on your heart, but it seems like there's some kind of commitment that's being hoped for here. Hoped for, I say, because we got the 8 of Swords coming in with the 3 of Cups. How do I find the way to healing in this situation? In some way, you feel like this new beginning is being kept from you. There's some kind of healing you're wanting to see here, where there's been some separation in what you were hoping to bring together. You also felt like you weren't really valued in this situation. Like in some way, your worth was not valued. All right. And you've reclaimed that for yourself. You did walk away. You walked away because you realized some situation was not in alignment with your heart. But it feels like there was a sacrifice here. It feels like you walked away after something was already sacrificed and you're hoping to have some new beginning, some kind of healing here. I do feel that, you know, there still is this peace here. Yes, I do feel like some of you really walked away from a particular line of work because you felt like it just wasn't really allowing you to tap into your full potential. It's like, yeah, it may have provided you with financial solvency, but it didn't really feel your soul. It didn't really feel your soul. Interesting. It didn't really feel your soul. hmm. Maybe there's something tactile about the work that you do, or again, it's related to the area of feelings, like some kind of psychological component to the work you're feeling drawn in now. There's something here where I feel like it was almost like a misrepresentation of you, the work that you were doing before. Almost like the work you were doing before acted like a beard. You know what I'm saying? It allowed you to make money, you know, but there was something you brought to the work you did before that was more in alignment with your true heart, that couldn't really have the showcasing that it needs to have because it was sort of held back by what you were doing. Does that make sense? I feel like there's some kind of spiritual component you brought to your work, even though that's not how your work would have looked to an outsider. Okay, so it's sort of like you hid behind this other career persona, and now you're wanting to bring more of your authentic self forward as you move into the future. And I do see you doing that. Some of you are walking away from a career entirely to go in a direction that really fulfills you. But I am picking up this piece that there's something here too that has happened in terms of a relationship that maybe was challenged, okay? Maybe was challenged by some outside circumstance, some outside person, okay? Some temptation perhaps that caused a separation. You might be taking a time out in a serious relationship to rethink if you want to move forward in this way. You might feel confused, okay? It could have been in relation to a third party interference, all right? This third party interference could have been work. You know, somebody could have been so focused on their work, they didn't have the time to really nurture the relationship. For others of you, it could be that, you know, your work had taken a back seat because you left behind something that wasn't fulfilling you career-wise, and you were trying to figure out what direction you wanted to head in to create your own kind of like financial solvency moving forward. And in this way, you felt really disempowered. You didn't feel, you know, like you were in like your full creative flow. And so I feel like there's like some kind of a little bit of space here that's been taken in a relationship to figure out what does security mean to you and at what cost. Okay, I see that really here with the Ace of Pentacles coming in with the Eight of Swords. For you, this also could be because maybe you were tempted in another direction, or your partner was tempted in another direction, and that made you really think like, well, maybe this is kind of confining to have a commitment. Maybe I want to explore a little bit more. And yet there's this kind of seesawing energy I get going back and forth, because the security piece is really important. You might be in a place where you're trying to figure out not only how to make things work with work, but how do I work things out with some third person in the mix here, okay? Now this third person in the mix of balancing something out and bringing something together, this might be what's really feeling burdensome in this situation, and might feel like the kind of oppressive influence that's keeping you from this Ten of Cups, this happiness, and this Fool, this brand new beginning in this new direction. Yeah, I think this is what's keeping the situation as two ships passing in the night. You just don't know how to balance this out with this third person in the mix. There's definitely like a home, family, romance component here, and being pulled in another direction and feeling very confused about this and how to balance it out. Let me do a cut of the deck here and see what we got. I mean, you're definitely working really hard on something because you want to create a change in your life. That's what I got. I think you are feeling really pulled in another direction. For some of you, it could be in relation to an Ophiuchus, or there's something that happened with an Ophiuchus that created some big transformation in a situation, perhaps got you looking at things in a new way. This is something that could be secret. It could be something that is about to rise to the surface or be exposed, or maybe there's some confusion you have about this situation. There's something you don't understand about this situation, and that truth is about to come in, or the information's about to come in to help you understand what that missing piece is. This finally gets things moving forward. For some of you, you are moving homes. After you get this information that comes in, it changes the way you move forward. It's a bit of the wheel of destiny spinning there, okay? And again, there could be some fixed sign energies in the mix. We got Scorpio, we got Aquarius, we got Taurus, and we have Leo also on the board here. This is a big Sagittarius card too, with Wheel of Fortune, but it definitely brings forward that Ophiuchus energy. November 30th to December 18th birthdays, because they also hold that energy of both Scorpio and Sagittarius. Yeah, I mean, there could be a situation where somebody's been given to more than one person, and the people that are being given to here, they're in kind of a subservient position. You can see how this can totally apply to both work and relationship. But I got a piece that the financial piece, the career piece is sort of being spurned, you know, like it's being kind of brought to the forefront because there's a desire to create a change in a relationship, to head in a different direction. You're wondering, should I invest? Should I go forward in this direction? Cancer energy on the board here. There is something here, again, that requires you to move real sus. It's going to be viewed as a betrayal. And you may fear that somebody's leading you on. You take the leap and then you're going to be left hanging, holding the bag in this situation too. I see that. So there's something that needs to be brought to a close here with the world energy. Again, fixed sign energy, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. Big time in this situation. There's something that you need to purify yourself of, cleanse yourself of, if you hope to claim this new beginning, which you view as your happiness. You view it as the sun. And it does involve a love relationship that you want to come in. But I feel like it's very interesting. What we got behind that is this sort of like loss energy. We got the death to the Five of Cups. There's something that is, you're really wanting to revive it. This is like wanting a rebirth energy. It is. So maybe there was a connection. There was something that was damaged along the way in making this choice. And you're wanting, Ted just said yes, you're wanting to reconnect. You're wanting to heal something. And you don't know how to go about doing it. Let me pull out an angel card for you and see if there's some guidance about the best way for you to move forward in this situation. There is something that's being exposed here. There's some kind of betrayal. Something was done that wasn't correct, and it is being revealed. It's coming to the surface, and there's some kind of potential damage caused by this that you're wanting to balance out. It's from, you know, there's a third party element in the mix here with the Three of Pentacles. All right. It's going to take a lot of focus here to be able to move beyond this and to protect against the sorrows in this situation. I think you need to like get your balance. There's something you need a different perspective on. You need to be very clear-headed in dealing with this situation. Maybe this situation has a way of sort of like really putting you in your emotions, putting you in your feels. And this is something you want to be aware of, okay? To keep a very clear head in this situation, because there's some ulterior motives. It looks like there's multiple people here. And, you know, somebody is working with a little manipulation in this regard. With the Three of Pentacles, sometimes that can be somebody's actually doing some workings, you know. They're trying to Play some mind games. You know, you can work people in many different ways. Of course, we did have metaphysical elements on the board. So could somebody be doing some working? Sure. But I also feel like it's also some kind of like, I got like gaslighting energy, mental manipulation, this kind of stuff. All right. So let's just get some advice for you from the angels to see the best way to move forward in this situation. 10 of Wands. God humiliating the proud. Spiritual communication influences religious men, teachers, and men of law. Okay, so again, there's something here that's really been an oppressive force. And I believe that you're getting some kind of spiritual communication that's going to come in that can help you move forward. You might want to seek out somebody who can kind of give you some spiritual counseling, spiritual support at this time. Maybe there's a teacher that you've always worked with and they can help you get through this situation. I do feel like you're going to find a way through here. Let's see. I'm going to do a cut of the deck here. 9 of Pentacles. Submission to higher order. Identifies traitors and destroys their plans. So it looks like you got some spiritual help here. I also feel like there's maybe some kind of spiritual counselor, somebody you've worked with before that can help you kind of like find your balance in this situation. 5 of Wands, because there's some kind of conflict here that you're needing to straighten out. And there's a lot of different people in this situation with clashing ambitions. That's part of what's causing the problem. But if you can get yourself balanced out and approach this situation with more clarity, you're going to be able to exercise sound judgment in this situation, and it will protect, you know, what is true, it will protect, all right? But what we have to remember about that, what is true will be protected, but what is false will be torn down. And there is something here that is coming to an end. And I feel the big thing that's coming to an end in this situation is the end of betrayal and the end of secrecy about it.